Yo, what's up, jazz guitarist? Larry Tamanini here. Just heard me messing around over two choruses in an E blues. So often guitar players, especially jazz guitar players, we're relegated to playing in B flat and F and all these flat keys. We don't get to use the scope of our instrument, right? I love playing in E. And, it's the holiday season. I have some solo gigs, right? I should be shedding some Christmas tunes, and I sort of was. But I was just thinking so many of these tunes are just sort of like 1 to 4, right? The Christmas gigs roll around and they always pay well and it's a hang, but like you always feel like somewhat unchallenged after doing them for 20 some years. So why not make it fun, right? And pretty much, just like when you approach standards, it's like how many different ways can I get from 1 to 4, right? So I just played two choruses over in E blues, and you heard me approach 1 to 4 and going back to 1 in a variety of different ways that I want to talk about. So check it out. The first thing that you heard me play, well, the first thing I played was an intro. I love the blues. I came to the guitar wanting to play the blues. At one point, I wanted to be the king of the Neshaminy Creek Delta Blues. And at one point, I may have been close. Everything about the blues, the history, the culture, the story, Crossroads. I love Crossroads, the movie. I quote it on the regular. But hey, so check it out. The blues. How can I get from 1 to 4? Maybe it's my Italian roots. I'm always trying to find new roots to get to new things, right? Or the new world, in this case, 1 to 4. What did I end up doing here? Well, check it out. I'm pretty much approaching this by the first inversion, right? And I get there. And then I sort of do it again. All right, but if I were to, just kind of like water that down, there's that, right? But what happened in between? I went from this F E to F sharp, right? I love these shell voicings. Some people call it Freddie Green voicings. The way I sort of look at the guitar is I really look at, especially my two bottom strings, the way a piano player would look at their left hand. These are going to be what I use to sort of like play bare bone minimum kind of stuff to get some sound, to free up my other hand to do, whatever kind of jazzy stuff it needs to do, or in this case, bluesy stuff. But I really wanted to like lay a strong foundation with quarter notes and to just show what I was playing over. The diminished chord is going to be magical, right? It's the ultimate connecting chord. It creates tension and then it resolves for you. Real simple, right? I just pretty much left this E here. Now, I do it slightly differently. Actually, I don't. Same deal. There's that connecting diminished to the first inversion. Pretty cool walk up, right? And that's a bunch of chords to play for just like 2 bars, right? So ultimately, I'm going 1, 4, back to 1, but I'm really sort of walking up, right, to get there. When I get to here, you can really take advantage of the key of E, right? And I'm just kind of playing triads, sort of cool little pedal going down with those triads that are going to bring me right to this 4 chord again, right? So, just like a lot of these Christmas tunes, the blues, and so many other parts of music, 1 to 4. It's awesome. But we can kind of find some fun ways to get back and forth, and that's pretty much what's happening here. Here I'm kind of going on the escalator, taking the steps, going back to the 4. The next thing I end up doing is, after sort of throwing in some of that like diminished harmony, and you sort of have some open string stuff, you can throw in some jazz harmony. I love this change going down from the 4. So I'm going 4 and then 4 minor, chromatically all the way down to 2. Now, what I ended up doing there, taking advantage of those open strings again. You're getting a chance to play an E, the next chord is an A. You have to know when to bail. If I were to keep that going over to G minor, right? You know, I'm not trying to sound like Weezer over here, right? So after that, you know, this is cool. Not on that G minor, right? And then, just like I did a walk up for my 1 and my 4, I'm going to do a walk up for my 2. But this time, instead of ending on an inversion, I end on a diminished chord that's going to walk me up to my 5 chord, right? There it is again. There's that diminished chord. B sus. Another turnaround, and another chance where you can sort of like get jazzy is on these turnarounds. This is a turnaround I love to use, especially in this key, right? And it starts from a flat 7. And I just sort of go key-wise, you know, stepwise in the key. So after I go through the second time, since I played all those chords the first time, the second time I want to take it easy. So again, I'm just playing the root chord, inversion. This time, once I get to my 4, there's that diminished chord that's going to bring me right back to my E. Cool inversion, right? E9 to this E13. How about using that to get back to my 4, right? Chromatic 2-5, take me to my 4. What I ended up trying to do there is I sort of wanted to play this A and then take advantage of those 6th and then diminished chords on some higher strings to break it up. 1, 4, 3. So after I played all that, you know, I get to this final turnaround, which I played a bunch of chords on the last time. And it's okay to play some notes, you know, kind of stock lick. And I chose to end it over, you know, the blues, Christmas songs, jazz harmony. It's tricky to blend it all together, but sometimes it can work. And can I turn jingle bells into a blues? Yeah, of course I can. And then just right, Merry Christmas, right? You can use that on some of your solo gigs. Play over a E blues or whatever key you want to do it for 17 minutes. It's going to be the easiest Christmas gig you had. All right, jazz guitar friends and blues guitar friends and just guitar friends in general, check it out. What are some fun ways I can get from 1 to 4 and back? Well, it's always a little easier in the key of E. Sometimes it's a little trickier if you're in F or B flat to do this. But if you have a solo gig, have some fun playing the music or have some fun in the shed. easiest way to start connecting these chords is just from inversions, right? And then creative ways, right? That time I went whole steps. This time I'm going to sort of use half steps to get to my turnaround, right? And then throw in some of your own kind of turnarounds, right? These inversions to diminished chords, really, really awesome friends, right? To any guitar player. Geez, what else could I get in there? Right? That's the ultimate blend when you can throw in some Jimi Hendrix over a Christmas tune on a solo jazz guitar gig. All right, jazz guitar friends, thanks for hanging out. If you made it this far, thanks. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I certainly appreciate all the support. Keep swinging. Bebop!